everyone. In these slides, we are going to be taking a look at Trypanosoma. Trypanosoma is a rather interesting organism, and you can see it right away in this picture. I'll just point out a couple of them for you. So you can see this dark pink or purple wavy curl. Okay, we have a couple of them in this picture. Now, this is one of those organisms where when you're looking at it through a microscope or looking at a picture, you have to take a look at the entire picture of what you have. So don't just focus on the organism, look at everything around it, because that is a clue about what kind of organism you're looking at. So I hope that you've already been thinking about that as we go into some more detail. So Trypanosoma is a unicellular eukaryotic organism, which is a member of kingdom Hista. More specifically, it is a kinetoplastid organism. Typical of kinetoplastids is that they have one large mitochondrion with a structure called a kinetoplast inside, and that kinetoplast contains DNA and associated proteins. Trypanosoma moves with the aid of flagella, which we'll see in just a moment. And in case you didn't figure it out already, Trypanosoma is parasitic, and it lives in the bloodstream of humans. So if you have a look at this picture once more, these circles that you see all around, or semi-round circles that you see all around this picture, are actually human red blood cells. Okay, so generally if you see creatures living inside blood, they should not be there. Okay, so that's a clue that they are parasites. Okay, Trypanosoma is transmitted by insect vectors, and what makes them tricky to treat is that they have the ability to alter their surface proteins. Okay, very quick look at the anatomy of Trypanosoma. So you can see the two flagella. We have the free flagellum all the way on the right-hand side of the picture, and then you have the attached flagellum going along the length of the body. So this attached flagellum looks kind of like a fin, like an eel, and then the free flagellum is actually in the direction in which the Trypanosoma moves. So for example, I will just draw a blue arrow indicating direction of movement. So the free flagellum in this picture is on the right-hand side, and that shows that this Trypanosoma in the picture would be moving toward the right. Okay, so if you are in the market for any Trypanosoma, well, these are the delivery guys that can bring it right to you. So we have two examples of insect vectors, which are the vehicles that bring Trypanosoma to humans. So the one on the left is a tsetse fly, and that transmits a species called Trypanosoma brucei, and that is a species that the species that causes African sleeping sickness. On the right-hand side, you have the Triatomine bug, which is also called the kissing bug, which transmits Trypanosoma cruzi. That is a species that causes Chagas disease. We'll take a brief look at both of them in the next slides. Now, these slides do contain a bit more detail than you really need to know for Bio 106, but they still give the big picture. So that's why they are here, and you can take a closer look at them on the CDC website. So this is the life cycle of Trypanosoma brucei, which once again causes African sleeping sickness. And the vector for this disease is the tsetse fly. So we have the tsetse fly on the left-hand side. If a tsetse fly is infected with Trypanosoma and bites a human, the human will receive some of the Trypanosoma that the tsetse fly was carrying. So once inside the human, it undergoes asexual reproduction and goes throughout the body. And there are two stages of infection. So over time, a human will, at the beginning, will feel very weak and tired, generally not feeling well. And then eventually, neurological signs can develop, and there can be a reversal in the awake and sleep rhythm in a human, hence the name sleeping sickness. Okay, so at some point a second tsetse fly might bite the infected human, take up some of those Trypanosoma, and inside the fly there will be more asexual stages and reproduction by binary fission. So once again, you have the cycle within the fly and the cycle within the human. And the cow is just there because it is said that cattle and some other ungulates or hoofed animals might be reservoirs for this species of Trypanosoma. Okay, now Trypanosoma brucei occurs over in Africa, but Trypanosoma cruzi, which causes Chagas disease, occurs in the Americas. Now, and this disease is more prevalent in Central America. So Trypanosoma cruzi is transmitted to humans by the kissing bug. Now, the kissing bug is a rather charming individual. It bites you, it has a blood meal, and when it does that, it also defecates on you. And in the feces is where the Trypanosoma from the bug is. After the bug bites you, it can create some discomfort in the area of the bite, causing the bitten human to rub the wound, which could end up spreading the Trypanosoma cruzi into the mucosal membranes, such as the conjunctiva of the eye. So in the human, you have, once again, asexual reproduction going throughout the body as the Trypanosoma is going around, and then at some point the infected human can be bitten by a second kissing bug, which will take up some Trypanosoma organisms up in a blood meal, and then there will be more asexual reproduction within that second kissing bug before it bites someone else. So in brief, that's Chagas disease. Chagas disease actually can, someone can have Chagas for a really long time and they may never even know that they have it. Many people are asymptomatic, but when issues do arise, they're typically cardiovascular or digestive in nature. So there you have it. That's a brief look at Trypanosoma. Once again, it is a unicellular kinetoplastid organism, parasitic, and a member of kingdom Protista.